finishing up on our cover-up cards. And remember, we talked about the moon card. And then we talked about the High Priest, or the Hierophant. High Priest, or the Hierophant in other decks. And then we talked about the Hermit card. And remember, all of these have a sense of covering up something, uncovering something, needing to go in. The Hermit card. The High Priest is about morals and ethics and responsibility. But it can also represent cover-up for those people that don't want to comply with anything. And then there's a real cover-up, the Moon card. This one refers to lies and deceptions and, double talkers. You know that guy, that girl, double talkers. But I went into detail on the online tutorial, so you take it from there. Today is the last day for the cover-up series. And the High Priestess. Now, I have a correction to make, because I talked about the High Priest, which is called the Hierophant, but I kept calling it the High Priestess. I'm new at this, guys. So, this is the High Priestess. The High Priestess. And in every deck, it is called the High Priestess. I don't know if there are other decks out there that might label her a little bit different. But for the most part, she is called the High Priestess. And with that being said, don't forget to get the app, The Witch's Tarot, for your Android or iPhone. It's only $3.99. Enjoy it. Have fun with it. It will allow you to understand my tutorial better, by the way. And I have no money invested in the app, so I'm just asking you to get it because that is the cards that I use, The Witch's Tarot. Don't forget to purchase the book that I reference, Tarot Plain and Simple by Anthony Lewis. And get my deck, because they're very, very pretty. And there's not a witch to be found in here. But it's just a pretty deck, and it's ethnically responsible. There are Asians and blacks and Latinas and mixed chicks. Like, I love this deck. Let's begin. The High Priestess. The female pope. It means to be intuitively aware. Intuitive responsibility. It means to have spiritual forces behind you. Secrets. Very similar to the Moon card. Very similar. If I'm doing a spread and I get the Moon and I get the High Priestess, there's a problem. If I get the Moon and I get the High Priestess and the Hierophant, there's a problem. Somebody's lying. What I like about the High Priestess, when this card shows up, you have about this much time that the secret's going to get revealed. Period. Period. When the High Priestess shows up, this secret cannot be contained anymore. Psychological insight, inner illumination, whereas the sun brings outer illumination. This is illumination from deep within. It's your aha moment, like Oprah calls it. That's your aha moment, like Oprah calls it. That's what the High Priestess represents, inner illumination. It does involve moral guidance, remember? So if I get the High Priestess mixed with the High Priest, there are some moral issues going on here. Trust your inner voice when this card shows up. And you know what I mean by that. Your gut is your biggest guide ever. Most people ignore their gut. Most people need to see proof and evidence. You don't need that. You know when something doesn't feel right. And when something doesn't feel right, get out. Looking within. And what I mean by that is a lot of times we like to project that the other person is the problem. This situation is the problem. If it hadn't been for this, when in reality, we could be the problem. I could be the problem. It's hard to look at self, but if this shows up, I kind of have to do the reading and kind of turn it around and really address the person in front of me. It means the subconscious in hidden issues, early memories, good or bad, early memories, past conditioning, the messages of dreams, hidden influences, occult wisdom, occult knowledge, not always a good thing, by the way, help, advice, getting to the depth of the problem, plummeting the depth of the problem. The invisible aspects of the universe, I like that because it has to do with your ancestors, your angels, your guides. You know, somebody that's recently passed over and people are like, are they watching me? Do they get what I'm going through? And this card comes up. Yes, the invisible aspects of the universe. It also means reflection, look in the mirror. It also means meditation. Understanding higher truths. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. When this card shows up, it's bigger than you. So let's not stay so grounded sometimes, which I'm a grounding psychic, so I like to stay here, but I'm also a metaphysical person. And for me, it's always about God and Jesus. You know that. Everyone knows that by now. Sometimes you just got to pull it from the source. And sometimes it's just bigger, and you just have to understand it's God. Budding awareness of sexuality. I didn't know that. I love all the sex part that comes in some of these cards that I didn't even know about. Feminine mystery, female mystery. Here's the interesting part. Now remember, in the Fool card, I told you that that's the card that shows me gay, shows me male on male sexual activity. The High Priestess is lesbian activity. Yay. Now, if they come together, then don't take me word for word, because it does depend upon the spread, it does depend upon the question. But if they come in a spread together, then it's usually someone acting one gender, but sexually is being another gender. But if this card shows up, because the Fool card is an open card, but if this card shows up, remember the Fool means Gale, meaning male. This one is female, lesbian. If they come together, then then you can look at it as if one is acting one gender, but sexually is another gender. And sometimes you need to know that. Sometimes that's not okay. Acting on the down low for men and for women, I don't know what it's called. Acting on the down low. It's all acting on the down low, male or female. Access to hidden knowledge. Now remember, when I say access to hidden knowledge, it means knowledge gets revealed. So, and there's also a time frame with the High Priestess. It usually means one lunar cycle. And the other card that's very similar is the Judgment card that also has a time frame of about 1 month. Hidden talent. Guardian of his hidden wisdom. Body fluids. Digestion. Female issues. Life without men. Virginity. Decreased libido. Celibacy. Going with the flow of things. When the High Priestess comes up, it means something is going on beneath the surface. Hidden knowledge needs to see the light of day. Attend to your innermost feelings and listen. Trust you. Listen to your innermost voice. Some aspect of your situation deeply touches your unconscious. So something's tapping at your head. Wake up. Deal with it. Trust your feelings. Your dreams and your intuition are trying to talk to you. The inner unconscious. They're trying to talk to you even through your dreams. It also could mean that you're having some interest in the occult, the metaphysical world. And by the way, occult is one specific area, and New Age is another specific area, and metaphysical is a broad word for everything. That's why I like to use metaphysical rather than just say occult, because I don't deal with the occult. I don't. I don't deal with the occult. But I'm also not New Age, so I'm like kind of oddly in between. Again, you may have strong interest in the occult, mysticism, divination, psychology, psychoanalysis. So understand, if this card comes up and you're thinking about what area to go into, because I get that a lot. What career should I go into? Oh my God, when did I become God? But these are guides. And if this card comes up, the first thing I would say is psychology, life coach, counselor, MSW. That's the first thing I would say. And then I would go broad out from there. I would mention metaphysical as a career last. I would. Also means your sex is at a high time low. You're not feeling the sex right now. Or somebody you're with is not feeling the sex. And if this card comes up, you got a problem. It also means an intuitive or psychic woman or psychologist, will come to your assistance. Someone who understands the inner workings of the mind or the inner workings of your current situation. A secret or an aspect of your situation will be revealed. It also means to tap into your potential, your psychological depths, or unseen talents to achieve success. This card literally means going back to school. Literally. Okay. Upside down. The High Priestess reverse. Not listening to your inner voice. Misuse of your intuition. And I get this a lot where people feel they're intuitive. And I like the ones that go, I'm intuitive, but I don't quite know. And that's why I'm here with you. I get to validate how strong they felt about something. But then I always get the client that knows more than me. Then what are you doing here? Then just do you. Because when I tell them the opposite, they don't want to listen. That's the High Priestess reverse. You're so much better than me, then go do you. Because you're going to mess this whole thing up because you think that your intuition and how you feel about someone or a situation is the right way because you got the message. No. Sometimes your messages could be a little screwed because that's what you want. But the High Priestess upside down is the overuse of your intuition. Being prejudiced or biased. Upside down High Priestess. Being manipulative. Upside down High Priestess. Lack of emotional control. Because this woman is in complete control. Look at her. She's in complete control. She is holding it in. She's got her scroll. She's documenting. She's looking at people with that side eye. Upside down, you're nuts. Period. Hysterical, see? Outburst. Oh my God. Hidden enemies. When it comes upside down. Repressed feelings. Not following your hunches. If you're told not to get on that train, don't do it. Not to date a certain person. Don't do it. Listen to yourself. Discounting the promptings of your heart. All right, guys. That's enough with the upside down. It goes into more. But take everything I said right side up and reverse it. For the upside down High Priestess. So that ends the cover-up series. All right. So remember the cover-ups are the High Priest, the Moon, the Hermit, and the High Priestess. And now for the next series, we're going to do the Revelations cards. Revelation. Something gets revealed and it's, oh my God, it really is your aha moment, not from deep within, but everybody gets to know. And those cards are Judgment or Karma, but it's Judgment in other decks. This one is Karma. And and thank you for tuning in. And I love you. Empress and the Star card. And I may include the Sun card. Thank you for tuning in. This is Psychic Tracy Brown. Call me for your own personal readings, 818-985-2010. Thanks, guys. Bye.